Hello, welcome to IB Math Applications and Interpretations HL2 with Miss Castro. It's about 100 degrees here in my house today while I'm making this video, so I will try not to ramble too much. If you have additional questions at the end of my presentation, please feel free to email them to me, and I'll do my best to answer your questions. A little bit about me. First of all, the students probably know a lot about me, and many of the parents have met me as well because they've had me for perhaps this is their third year being with me. And I do know every student in the class because I did do a lot of substituting for Mr. Myers last year. The IB. So we are here to learn IB high-level math applications and interpretations, but also it does follow the Common Core math standards. So we are still working on the state standards, which are also national standards for mathematics. So you can pause and take a look at the 8 math standards that are woven throughout this course. And the IB Learner Profile. Everything that we do has these ideas in the background behind it. First of all, communicators. You need to be able to communicate what you're doing, why you're doing, and why you're correct. So communication is a really important skill in mathematics. Oftentimes people think that you just need to be able to do the math. No, you need to be able to justify the math that you do. Knowledgeable, of course, we need to know a lot of things. And then really important, I think, is risk takers. Being willing to put yourself out there and try something that you're not good at, that you're not sure how to do, and to learn from your mistakes. Okay, so there's the reflective part comes in. And thinkers, once something hasn't gone right, why? What's going on? What can I do differently? What's another approach that I can take? Okay, so looking at things for a long period of time, thinking about it, reflecting on what you're doing. And then, of course, caring. We are in a community of learners, and so we need to help each other and care about each other. And also in doing our mathematics, hopefully we're doing it in an application in the real world where we care about the world and want to make it a better place. Okay, why did the IB math curriculum change? So you can go ahead and read this slide yourself if you want to take a pause, but basically, I'll just summarize it. The IB changes the math curriculum about every 7 years in order to keep it modern, to keep it up to date, keep it for what universities really want. The IB Maths program is generally tailored towards universities in Europe, not in the United States. So I think there is quite a bit of a bias going towards universities, especially in England. So what they want their students to have coming in, I think plays a big role in what the IB promotes, but it is an international standard. So the IB is looking at universities all over the world and what are they expecting from students coming from every continent, well, except Antarctica. Okay. What are the main changes in the new IB mathematics curriculum? So IB did have 4 different math courses that they offered. Cappuccino only offered 3 of those. So we offered Math Studies, Math SL, and Math HL. There was another thing called Further Math, which is like really intense, hardcore math. We only offered 3 of them, and of those 4, but now there's two different routes that IB is offering, and Cappuccino has chosen to only go on one of those routes. So we are doing the applications and interpretations route. So there's both an SL and an HL level. We think this is going to suit our needs well at Cappuccino. Because if we tried to offer all 4 programs, so the 2 routes with the 2 SL and HL topics, we wouldn't have enough students in the higher level classes to be able to make those work. Another thing we like about the applications and interpretations is that it's very technology intensive. It has a lot of technology in it. And we think here in Silicon Valley, this is something that we should be taking advantage of. Okay, really having students learn technology. We use a lot of our graphing calculator and also programs such as Desmos to help us investigate mathematics. Okay. Oops, next slide. Which new IB mathematics subjects will universities accept? We don't know. Okay, in the past, most universities accepted a grade of 4 or higher on an HL math exam for a year of freshman math. Will they still? We don't know. You'll have to check with your individual university. This spring will be the first time that the new exams have been offered in the new curriculum IB math applications and interpretations. So this is the first time this spring when your child is taking the test. It's the first time anybody will have taken the test. So we'll have to see how it all comes out. But we are planning on having HL hopefully be accepted by the CSUs and the UCs, because that was a big part of revamping the IB math classes that were offered, was that there were a lot of American universities who were not accepting SL courses for college math credits. So that's another reason for setting up these new courses, is to try and get more students to take a high level class, therefore have it count towards their freshman math credits in college. All right, so here's a little diagram showing the old, here in gray, these were the old math courses in IB. And then here's the new math courses. Again, Cappuccino is only doing the ones here in green. How apropos, green and gold. Okay, so these are the ones that are being offered at Cappuccino, and your child is in the HL version. So most of the applications and interpretation material is actually coming from the old math studies course, which the students in my class, your children, did not take. They did not take math studies. They took IB math. So their education so far has been really intense on calculus, okay, differential and integral calculus, and doing it all by hand. So we actually have a lot of statistics to cover that we need to bone up on. We're fine with our calculus topics. We have a few new things to offer, but this is just showing the difference between SL and HL. So we're in HL, so we've got quite a few topics that we're going to be covering. All right, so what's new? What do we actually have to learn this year? So we have a textbook that has 15 chapters. We're going to do chapter 1 through 11 first semester. Yes. Most of it is review. So we're going to be reviewing things that we learned over the past 2 years. The things that are going to be new are vectors, complex numbers, also known as imaginary numbers, matrices, and differential equations. Differential equations, of course, are related to differential calculus or derivatives. Okay, related to derivatives. Second semester will be dedicated to chapters 12 through 15. This has a lot of new material in it that our students have never seen. And it's mostly in the fields of vectors and statistics. Okay, so we're only going to be doing a few chapters in the second semester because it's a lot of new material. This semester, we're going to be doing a lot of review with a few new topics. And of course, taking it to the next level, to higher level. Do you have a graphing calculator? Okay, so get a graphing calculator that you love. All right, Cappuccino's library still has some. So if you have an old one, if you have a TI-83 and it's really cumbersome, see if you can take it back to the library and swap it for an 84. Okay, the 84s are really nice. The 83s, it is quite possible to still do the work on that, especially if you've been doing it for the past 2 years, but an 84 is super sweet. Okay, there's also a lot of great math apps on cell phones and online, but when it comes time for the IB exam, it's the graphing calculator that you're going to have to use. I do not believe they're going to have the IB exam online where you can use software, mathematics software. Okay, so we need to be able to use that graphing calculator. Did I mention it's 100 degrees here in my room? I am very warm. All right, check out my my website on Canvas. There's information about how to reach me there. And attendance and engagement. Okay, students need to do more than just show up, but that hasn't been a problem. Your kids have been great. Everybody's been participating. So here's a bunch of ways that I expect them to be participating. Grades. I'm still not sure how we're going to be doing assessments, but as most higher level courses are, 70% of the grade is going to come from some sort of assessment. How I'm going to be able to do this and maintain integrity at the assessments, I'm still working out, but 70% of the grade should come from some sort of assessments. Independent work, 20%, class work, that's basically group work in class, about 10%. So that's where the whole caring and communicators and helping each other comes in, okay, being a good member of society, that's your 10%. 20% is your individual productivity, can you produce a product? And then 70%, have you mastered the content? Okay, now that we're online, a lot of things are being done in Google Slides, Desmos, and I really like flipgrid, having students explain to me how to do something, especially there on that graphing calculator. We're still going to be continuing with mathspace, which is the math tutorial program that's online. Check out my YouTube channel. Search up my channel by using Annika Castro in the search. And then within my channel, I'm going to be coding all my videos by chapter number. And so if you need videos on chapter 1, you've forgotten how to do everything, you would type in H1. In this, I gave the example 5, chapter 5. So H is for high level, and 5 is for the chapter in the HL book. So students who have the SL book and Mr. Myers' class, they can also, of course, search up my videos, but they would type in S. That goes along with their textbook. All right, thanks for watching. Remember, you are your teacher's first and best teacher. So hang in there, parents. You're almost done. Senior year. Congratulations. Oh, there's my little one. He just started high school. All right, take care.